All right.
Dead. All right. We are now live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gossip Round. Woo! And we are interviewing the very special Brian today, who is owner of the Dark Side Comics and Games.
Hello.
So if you don't know where that is, that's here in Sarasota, Florida.
Special guest.
Yeah. Special guest is our cat. So basically how this is going to go is I got some questions I printed out, and then we'll kind of start off with those, and then we'll open the ending for anyone who comments, which I should probably get to that screen so I can see it. So yeah.
You guys have backgrounds or anything so that you can't see my messy office?
No.
You see our house.
Yeah, this is ours. I tried to clean it up a little bit. If Greg is watching, there's William Shakespeare butts.
Now, all proceeds from this event go to the Vote for Oswald Cobblepot campaign. All right, Katie.
So basically, Brian, we've kind of had the pleasure of knowing you for over 15 years now. I still remember like the first time we met. That was still like so cool. Like we were just we were at Denny's. I can't remember if I was wearing a shirt or we were just talking comics.
You had the Decepticon shirt, and I was wearing a hat. Yeah.
Wow, you got a really good memory.
Yep.
That's dangerous.
So it's my shirt.
That's true. I was wearing your shirt. And then you came out.
I was trying to meet people. I was trying to meet people. Cool. I didn't know many people in Sarasota, so I was just going to open the comic shop and hope people showed up. So luckily,
you like Denny's. From Sarasota? Like you're not from here, right?
No. I lived in Pennsylvania and then moved to Florida for around high school, and that was in Port Charlotte. And then after that, I went to college, and I only came back to Florida because, like, I was, kind of between jobs and trying to figure out what to do. I had a whole inventory of comic books and toys and stuff that I needed to figure out what to do with. So.
Did you stumble upon that like because that was your collection, or was that like something like, hey, someone came up to you and was like, I don't want this stuff, you can have it?
No. I was living in New Orleans, and I had a friend who had a comic shop, and he wasn't very good at running one, and so it closed down. And then I sold my house in New Orleans, and I had a big suitcase full of money and quit my job and bought his stuff, and then moved it all down to Sarasota because that's where my family was. And then I was just trying to figure out what to do at that point. So I was like, I want to do a comic shop.
And then in the beginning, when time was good, we bought 99% of your stuff.
I know. You guys kept me afloat.
I know. Yeah, that was like cool. Like, I don't think I've ever seen like a store go through so many stages and like see from the ground up. So it was cool to, be a part of that. So thank you.
Thank you for being there. Yeah, I knew you were going to bring up the purple. I knew you were going to bring up the purple room.
I know. He always does.
Purple. I know purple.
Yes, we're all aware of the purple.
I liked when we would play in the gaming corner when he had the computer set up for the LAN center.
That was always fun.
For those who haven't been to a store recently, like it is definitely spacious. I definitely like the way it's set up. You have everything to possibly choose from. What made you want to do like more than just comics and things? Like you really have everything there.
Well, when we started, we were just doing like comics and toys, and then I knew I was going to do the LAN center, but so when I opened up that second room, I had some tables in there, and like these kids kept coming in and wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, so I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll start doing Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, and then it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah.
And we got board games and Warhammer, and so it just kept growing. And whatever people wanted to do is, I was willing to jump on board and have some fun. So.
Yeah, definitely. Like Evan says, he especially loves the Warhammer section. He definitely has Warhammer stuff. In fact, Evan just recently invested in a nice airbrush.
Yep.
Set it.
Nice.
Which if I would have known, I would have been like, wait. No, I'm kidding. because he
Well,
likes
we
to do
have
all
to
that.
because of the Batman.
He's doing
mini-
it for he just got some new Mando armor, so he's
Oh yeah, I want to get some Mando armor.
I still want to do Pango Fett.
yeah.
Pango Fett.
You got a list. We got lists.
Well, we still want to get those Batman miniatures that we saw with Penguin and Lark.
Oh yeah.
What was your first year like? Like, was that really hard to get a comic book store off the ground, especially in Sarasota, where most people are like retired and older?
It wasn't. It was when I first started the shop. I still had that suitcase full of money, or at least a lot of it, and so I was kind of like I wasn't even sure I was gonna do the comic book store beyond like a few years as just kind of an in between thing. So back then I was just like real casual about everything, in terms of the business. I wasn't really worried about making money. But and what that wound up doing is it kind of gave me a cushion so that I could weather a lot of stuff and I could kind of outlast some of the other stores in town when they had problems and the recession and everything else. So yeah, I mean it wasn't
Too bad
easy.
then.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
It was more like a hangout in the first ones, for the first store. Hang on, I got this stupid.
It's all right. We learn a lot with the streaming thing. We've had a couple like virtual conventions that we've gotten to see what works and see what doesn't. We found out that like the first time we tried to do a skit, someone was trying to like watch us in the background and like totally at us, and so we still have to redo that. But like we learned something.
I blame Marvel.
I blame Marvel. Yeah. Way to go, Deadpool. No, it was his wife. It was awful.
But yeah, when we first started, I mean, it was just a hangout for us. I mean, you guys remember, like we were just hanging out all the time, and then
we just so late.
and then we started playing Warhammer, and and then it just kind of grew from there.
And hero clicks and
horror
clicks and trading card games.
The World of Warcraft card game.
Then board games because of Andrew.
You guys played RPGs there. You remember? I think you were in Andrew's group or something. Yeah, you guys were in Andrew's group.
Yeah, who kept restarting it.
Restarting it because I almost got my cool Dark Elf spider mount. Yeah.
And then we'd go next door to the Italian place, get takeout, and bring it back.
We'd get that takeout, from that Italian place. I don't even know if that's still there.
I think it is. No. I think it is. Oh, no, it's gone?
Bellagio?
Bellagio, yeah. I think that's, or Bellagio.
Bellagio's maybe. Yeah, that was a good place.
What's the hardest part about, like, running a comic book store?
Truthfully, it's that everybody else gets to have fun, and my job is basically to like make sure everybody has fun. We don't get to have fun when we're behind the register anymore. Like it's our job is to make sure everybody else has a good time. So, and that's got its own rewards, even in and of itself. I don't get to play games as much as I used to. My responsibilities grow every time
You're always in your office now. God,
I know, and look at it. It's filled with junk. Filled with junk.
A lot of people would have a lot of fun with that office just to organize.
Well, if you want me to clean it out for you there.
Right.
Joe, there's a lot of valuable junk in here. Very valuable.
Right. You might want to take inventory for you.
I'll be careful.
Just kidding. No, he would never steal. No need for that.
Borrow
and bring it back.
But then, once we kept knocking walls down in that place, and then we, eventually we had 3 units all tied together like a Hobbit hole, and
it's hard to keep an eye on everything, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it was, and then when we got to it, every time we needed to, we grew a little bit, and now it's this huge operation. So kind of lost a little bit of the.
All the little kids have grown up, and all the
I know. I keep watching people like these little kids I know get married and go to college and join the military or do whatever. It's like crazy.
Who just got married?
Jonathan,
and he's got his daughter, who she's grown so much.
I know. Yeah, he got married. Jason, do you know Jason Hyde? Jason Hyde just got married, and so
at least one thing will always stay constant: Johnny John.
Johnny John.
Yeah.
Johnny John.
Yeah, he posted
I don't know.
Yeah, but
what?
Doesn't count.
Oh, you're so mean.
He was.
I said I thought he was on Facebook thing.
He was sick during the COVID. Like I don't think he had COVID, but so he was like, I really need cream soda, and so I brought him cream soda.
No pickles either. So how about your employees? Like, tell us a little bit about all your employees. How many people do you have working for you?
That's kind of like fluctuating just because of all of this stuff. I just hired a friend of mine, Marco, to come in and help out doing like getting stuff ready for the shop, and I'm probably going to be hiring a couple of more people once things get going. I'm looking for people that know anything about card games.
Oh, which ones? Like
Magic in particular, Yu-Gi-Oh. I need people in for that.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon. I used to love.
Yeah, we still have a whole box of stuff from when he worked at Toys R Us, like pins and old cards and stuff.
The original Surfing Pikachu, Birthday Pikachu.
I miss the WoW trading card game and all that stuff.
Yeah, WoW was a cool game.
Good. They treated you well. But yeah, we've known quite a few of your employees for a while too. So there's been some that have been there forever, like Will and I always forget his and I wrote it down. He's got the shaved head.
Oh, the green hair.
Green hair.
Oh, that's Paul.
Sorry if you're watching, Paul. I always forget your name.
And then there's the
I'm bad with names.
Then there was always Greg at one point. Then there was
Greg. Devin still works here, but only like.
Devin.
I miss Max.
Max was a good one.
Max was a good guy. He's married to Jessica, and they're living in California.
Yeah, I just saw them actually on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, all these growing up like a second family.
I told you I'm still available for security.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is nobody would ever get in the store.
No, you just sit me by the. I check you as you go out.
So what's your secrets? Where do you find all the good stuff that you get in the store? I know a lot of it is from like Diamond and, stuff like that. But I mean, you got a lot of good finds. You just watch the ads all the time. Look for closeout.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of it, there's a perk to having an actual store. So people come in and they're like, hey, you want to buy this? And I'm, so that makes it a little bit easier, because they come in to sell, But I mean, I just like anything that somebody asks me about, I'll see if it's something I can, relatively easily get. But I don't.
Well, you expanded into video games too now.
I totally forgot the retro consoles.
Oh no, I didn't forget. I'm coming in for a lot of stuff.
And some movies. Don't you have like a section of movies? That's
cool. We have like used DVDs. It's just like somebody brought in like 800 DVDs.
Here anymore. And you don't have Suncoast Video anymore.
I'm going to tell you as soon as you're open.
There was that cool store Play and Trade that used to be down the street from us, which was really cool. They had all the retro stuff, but like they closed down.
Justin was the other employee that used to live with us.
Oh, Justin, right?
Oh yeah.
You own his soul.
I still do. I got it upstairs on the wall.
Yeah, he traded Joe's soul for something. I don't remember. He lost a bet. A lot of people do.
I'm going to be in there when you open because you've got one comic book I got my eye on. That's the autographed Detectives 1000 in the back.
Oh, okay.
I want that book.
Oh, that was in the glass thing.
Yeah, it's the big panoramic cover.
Very nice. All right, I'll hold it for you. We're going to open again on the 15th for curbside, and then we probably won't open store for full retail until sometime in June, maybe June 1st.
Yeah. I think honestly, like I know I can't speak for, everybody, but I wish more businesses were like that, just cautiously. I think based on what was put on Facebook today is our mall is opening up on the 15th, but they have the less hours. It's just going to be basically Sunday, like 12 to 6 or 11 to 7. And then, but they're still saying like people can come in. So I don't know. We haven't really heard for sure if we're going to do like a curbside pickup thing or if we're just going to have a limit of 10 people at a time in our store. I do know that we have a lot of prep to do as far as Bath and Body Works goes. So I don't know if we're going to be able to open that quickly, but we'll see. Because we have testers everywhere, we have fixtures everywhere. Like I don't know.
I mean, I understand business money, but there's no point in putting your revenue in danger to make the buck.
Yeah.
Because
if all you're sick, then where are you at?
Because if this spikes, like like they're saying the yellow fever spiked, then we could be in a lot of trouble in a few months, and then all of this quarantine is kind of out the window. So. I'd hate to waste all the time I spent on hold with banks.
Right. Oh my God. So basically that was one of my questions. So what did you do in the 2 months? You were pretty much on hold the whole time. I know you did offer curbside pickup for like the first week, and then you guys decided to completely close, right?
It was too dangerous for my employees, and nobody wanted to like be put at risk, and I didn't blame them. We stayed open.
You had some people that thought it was like a conspiracy theory. Like when we pulled up to get our stuff, like someone was talking to Will for like 30 minutes and was like up close and personal and like, oh man, I think it's crap that we can't come in, and just like we heard the whole conversation and we're like, dude, it's not a like myth. Like,
and the fear in Will's eyes looking at us like, come rescue me.
And Paul comes running out with the stuff, and we're like.
Will was sick for like 10 days. I guess he's feeling better now. So I don't think he had COVID, but he had something. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, with what I've heard about the symptoms, I think there may have been a chance that I had it, but I only had it for 3 days. But I think they come out with that test that everybody can take to see if you have the antibodies or something. I kind of want to, because I think I may have had it, but it was weird. Day in the middle of the night, it was like really bad chills, and then I had a fever in the morning of 102, which is the highest I've ever had in my life. And then I took ibuprofen. I didn't know. I'm like, great, I'm gonna die, because I saw it on the news after I took it. Like, don't take ibuprofen. Take Tylenol. So then I took Tylenol. I didn't have a fever again after that, but I was very like nauseous. And then the third day, I didn't want to do anything. Like I just wanted to sleep. Like I didn't have any motivation. I just didn't want to do anything. And then the next day I was like fine. So it was like 3 days.
And now I'm suffering today.
And then today, out of the blue, Joe's like sick, and I'm like, maybe it was food poisoning, hoping because that would be gone in like a day.
Well, have you guys been out of the house beyond visiting mom or anything like that, or?
We occasionally go to Target or the grocery store, but we always wear masks. Me working at Bath and Body Works, I have sanitizer everywhere.
And of course, we had to visit our Chicago Italian beef place.
We had to visit Chicago beef, but all those people are either doing non-contact delivery or like pick up and go, and not really.
Well, at least we're going to still try for our wedding this year again.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, Evan, I see that you want to paint. You want to do a painting class.
Yeah, Evan wants a painting class. He will curbside all of your Space Marines.
All right, I got a bunch. If you want to teach a painting class, I'd love it. If you want to demo a paint the airbrush, that'd be cool too.
Well, I think he's only an hour away, so it wouldn't be too bad to get to.
Well, he's not even. The way he drives, half hour.
Right, half an hour. Elephant in the room. Free comic book day. Happy free comic book day, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the books are all ordered. I've ordered everything. Nothing has shown up yet, but they're talking about putting it off until the fall, I guess. So we'll see. I kind of hope
Don't
they do.
They also have a Halloween theme though? So like, what would that be?
The Halloween thing is never any good, really. Like nobody ever comes in for the Halloween comic fest. I always wanted them to do it on Black Saturday, and do like a free comic book day on Black Saturday. I thought that would be an amazing event. But I can't, nobody listens to me ever, especially not Joe.
Well, now I'll just keep your stuff and do it anyways.
I know.
Yeah, Dark Side exclusive. You know what? We're gonna change this up. Add a thing because other than you personally do like sales, there's really no big event for Black Friday or Black Saturday for you guys.
Right. So it just makes sense to everybody's going to hit the big box stores on like Thursday or Friday or whatever. And then Saturday they can come in and get free comics and get a sale. And it's just,
people with crazy hours anyways, like it's a good in between, you're already shopped at Walmart and Target and you waiting for other stores, you can just swing by the comic book store.
That's right. Just come get your dang comics.
so they're pushing it to somewhere in fall. So that would be cool.
Yeah. So I'll organize our cosplayers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And we're still in communication with the Anime Cars of the World too, if you need all the cars there and everybody.
Definitely. All of this stuff is just, everything is kind of on hold and up in the air, that it's hard to make any kind of decisions as far as, what to do and how to do it. And, so.
Yeah, the big talk has been like, well, people are asking, are we going to do any conventions in June? It's like, well, we committed to some people where we would guess like KaiserCon and Hero Hype, and those are either 1 or 2 day cons. So, and they're smaller, so they can be more accommodating. But like MegaCon, I don't know, I would maybe try to go, but it honestly scares me a little bit.
that and the one out. The Suncoast Comic Con.
Oh, the Suncoast, but that's later. That's like August or September.
It's supposed to be.
Did you hear about that? Like Bradenson was going to be having a con. Suncoast.
He was supposed to have a table
in Palmetto or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about it. The guy came in to talk to me about it, but he's charging like $300 for a table, which is kind of expensive for the first time con, So I wasn't really down with it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You can always have them sit at our table.
Evan says, yeah, I can demo airbrushing, traditional brush painting. I love painting.
All right. I'm going to rope you in.
Go to one of your things, Evan, because we like painting little things. We still need to order that penguin one.
Yeah.
So he says, I'll be down for you moving it to Black Saturday or a 12-hour game day. We do love those 12-hour game days. They're a lot of fun.
No, the overnights are my favorite.
The overnights are the best, but it's hard to get people to
Oh, don't forget SRQ Con at the library. You guys got to go to that.
Absolutely. Always.
We have to. It's our home.
Yeah, that's our home.
I got to torture your employees that are usually next to us.
I know.
Is that why they're quitting?
The virtual reality bar is probably like, where'd those guys go? Like they came for our first 2.
You've been busy.
We're trying to stay busy. Like we're trying to not get bored. We're trying to not get depressed. Like people go mental state and stuff during this quarantine.
I've always been on mental state.
Right.
I'm not worried about Joe.
I'm gone.
He's on the pills now.
No, I'm not. All work, no play makes Joe a dull boy.
What was the one thing I think I was the most shocked that you handled so well the other day? You're like, oh, the old me, I would have punched a wall or something, and you're like, you just shrugged it off like, no big deal.
I think you mentioned a name that shall not be named.
Oh, or something. I don't know, something that fell out, and he's just like,
Oh, he said this about you. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Or someone or older. Mm-hmm. I mean, he just rolls his eyes at it now at this point. It's like,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm proud of him.
That's called
progress.
Managing.
Now we're switched. Now it's like, a wrapper is left, and I'm like, no, I'm kidding.
You're kind of fat, aren't you? I'm the penguin. I'm supposed to be.
Oh yeah, he had an interview from this boy. He was really cute. They do like professional interviews. He just came up to Joe.
Oh.
Shots fired. Like he was like, like why this and that? And Joe just ran with it as penguin. He's like, you gotta be fat if you're gonna push little small things like you out of the way or something. He's like, you must be this tall to talk to me. I was so scared, like like Joe, and I was like the interview, and we're live, and I'm just like, and he did so well. I was like,
I know. It's like pulling a pin out of a hand grenade and hoping that he doesn't let go of it.
Yeah, what is Andrew's favorite line?
Get him, Joe.
Don't get him, Joe.
Joe, loves Disney things.
Hey, Joe, he said this.
Andrew's pretty feisty too. Like getting ice cream, that was probably the best story time of my life.
What's he up to? 2 pigs and chickens now.
Yeah, he's got 2 pigs.
He's got 1 pig and 1 boar.
Yeah. Let's
Lisa won't like you calling her that.
What?
You mean
Lisa won't like you calling her a boar. Oh,
she knows I mean the black pig.
Oh, racist.
Well, he's got beef. We just got chickens.
I saw that. We're gonna, get some fresh eggs from
I'm working on trying to get one.
Get what?
A penguin.
A penguin?
Good luck with that.
No. I have a friend that works at SeaWorld. He said I'm going to be able to go.
We're not going to get a pet one. We're going to
I get to go behind the scenes and go in the penguin enclosure and take pictures with them as penguin. Doesn't mean cool. One out in my trench coat with me. I'm fine. I got to get close. Just no sharks.
All right. Well, anybody watching, do you have any questions? I think we pretty much covered everything. But
not everything.
What's your question?
Let's see. Well, no, he's going to really pick up in business when the PS5 comes out because it's all retro. It's going to be so backwards compatible. Everything can be played.
I'm excited.
Well, the
best system I have at my house. We have an Xbox 360 and a PS3, and we have a Wii, the original Wii. So my kids don't know anything about new age consoles.
That's fine. No, I'm sure they enjoy them.
Oh yeah.
What's your holy grail? As owning a comic book store, what's the one thing you stumbled on and you either kept or you're like, yes, this is it. This is the moneymaker right here.
Do you see this room full of crap?
Those are your holy grail.
Oh my crap!
That is minuscule compared to our office, Brian.
Yeah, but we probably don't have. The only biggest, the best purchase that we still talk about and brag about is the 2 huge statues that are museum quality that are still in the box under the staircase because we don't have a glass thing to put it in right now.
Yeah.
We don't make trips to IKEA, but I do have someone now who's willing to make a trip for me to get
and
this.
I still have that statue I got from you of Dr. Doom sitting on his throne, the big one.
Oh yeah,
that one is awesome. That one is awesome. Well, I'm going to go as soon as they open back up. I got to get some IKEA stuff, so just tell me what you want, and I can pick it up and bring it down to you.
Square.
Those little glass cases, right?
Yeah.
I could get those. That's no big deal. I don't know. I'm not buying them for you. You can give me money for them. I don't care.
Well, what?
Yeah.
All this time, Brian. Oh my gosh. We know you better than that.
Well, yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll let you know when I'm going up there, and I'll pick it up for you. Okay.
You do.
Well, I've got to get some work done before I head home, so I'm really glad I got to see you guys.
Yeah, if there's ever anything going on and you want to promote it, just let us know. Okay. We look forward to seeing you in person again soon.
Yeah, me too. All right, Evan, Stephanie, I'll talk to you guys later too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I gotta stand up. Oh.
Okay.
Move back.